Hi everyone, welcome to a video all about my minimalist bag collection. I have 4 main categories to consider: dressed up, everyday, dressed down, and travel. And I have 2 bags for each of those main categories. That means I have a total of 8 bags to talk about here today. And without further ado, let's just hop into the first category, which is dressed up. Okay, so in the dressed up category, my main considerations for bags, wallets, purses are color and shape. As with my wardrobe, I want to make sure I have something in light and something in dark so it can go with any outfit I put on. I also need to make sure that the shape itself is appropriate for any dressed up occasion. So in this instance, I have my matte and nat wallet slash clutches. And like I mentioned, I have one in this beautiful nude color and one in black. And they are just a really simple wallet, like they're just a fold over wallet with card slots, a zipper, which is key for me for some change, and then just some spots for bills and whatever else as well. So these definitely act as my wallet for whatever circumstance I'm in. They house all of my cards, all of my money, but they also act as a clutch for me. So I could take this to a really formal occasion, and I think it looks really nice as a clutch as well. Plus it has that zipper and some additional storage if I do need to take a few things on the go with me to a formal event like a lip liner, let's say. So I know this video is called my bag collection, but it's going to span from wallets to the bag that I take with me traveling. So again, these are the 2 items in the dressed up category, and just as a recap, the most important factors that I'm considering here are color, something light and something dark, which I much prefer with my dressed up categories, and shape, because I need this to not only be a wallet, but also a clutch. All right, let's move now from dressed up to every day. And the most important factors are actually the exact same as the dressed up category for my bag collection. I am considering color. Even in the everyday category for bags, I like to have something in dark, something in light. And then the other thing I'm concerned with is like the shape and style, just like the dressed up category. So every day I am going to be wearing a purse that is like my preferred bag style. And the 2 that I have to talk about are from Matte and Nat. I have this one in nude and this other one in black. It's one of those purses with like 3 areas of storage in the middle. It has 2 zipper components and then a button component, and also a little button on the front as well. I like that for my everyday bag because it can keep something separated, and I always prefer a zipper just in case I have some important items that I'm taking with me on the go. And these bags are also crossbody, which I much prefer for every day. I don't like a shoulder bag, and I don't like a bag that I have to carry. I need to ensure that I have at least the capacity to be hands-free. So crossbody is the perfect, bag style for me. So again, this is my everyday category, and the most important factors to consider are both color and also like the shape and style of the bag itself. So moving from the everyday category now to dress down, we have completely different factors to consider. Color has been axed, it's gone. I really don't care that much about color if I am dressed down. Typically, my rule is if I can get away with just black, then I purchase things just in black, and that's the case for my bag collection in the dress down category. So color is out, and now the considerations are both size, like how much the bag can actually carry, and where does the bag go on my body. So let's start first with my belt bag. This is just a Lululemon kind of fanny pack. I think it's called the Everywhere belt bag, and it is in the 2-liter size. Of course, it goes around my waist. I know some people wear them like this. I'm just not cool enough for that. Actually, I'm not cool enough to own this bag in general. I'm kind of shocked that I own this, because you know the things that you make fun of for a long time and then you come around to them and you end up purchasing them just right when they're like going out of style? Yeah, that's this bag. I didn't purchase it for stylistic reasons. I literally only purchased this for its function. I am a mom and I need to be hands-free. So yeah, this Lululemon bag is great, and it has a bunch of pockets, one at the back. It has one to the main compartment with, again, more pockets inside. It's just a really great, good sized bag. So let's say I'm dressed down now, but I need to carry a little bit more with me. In comes the Lululemon Festival bag. This one is a 5-liter bag. And again, it has a bunch of pockets with zippers, which again, I've mentioned 10 times, but I prefer. So it has like a big compartment in the middle too, and it kind of expands. So yeah, it can actually fit quite a bit. And this of course is a crossbody bag. So again, it can be hands-free and it's in a different spot on my body than the belt bag, so I can wear these two together. All right, so again, that was my dressed down category. The only things that we are considering here are size, like how much that these bags can hold and where they go on my body. Moving now from the dress down category to a new category, and that is travel. Typically when I do these videos, whether it's like my hair accessories, my makeup, or my wardrobe, I tend to only consider 3 categories: dressed up, everyday, and dressed down. But I've mentioned in the past that I make exceptions when there is a necessity. And in the bag world, I need bags that are going to accommodate me when I travel. So these are them. This is my travel category, and similarly to dress down, I have the exact same considerations. Color, I don't care. I don't care if I have, extra colors while I'm traveling. The only things that I am concerned about are the size, like how much the bag can hold, and where the bag actually goes on my body. So let's start with the smaller of the two, my backpack. This is a Lululemon backpack. I believe it's around a 20-liter bag. I've had this for about 10 years, so it's definitely not available anymore, but they always have similar looking bags from Lululemon, and I just find the quality good. I forgot to mention that. I find the quality of Matte and Nap pretty good, and Lululemon, so I tend to just stick to the brands that, last the test of time, although these ones, these ones are looking pretty bad. But again, this bag is 10 years old and I have put it through the ringer. Literally every time I travel, well, pretty much every time I travel, I am taking this bag as my personal item. So yeah, it has seen better days, but it's still perfectly functioning for me, and I'm not, going to declutter it anytime soon. Anyways, let's talk about the bag itself. It too has a lot of pockets, especially at the front, which is great. It has this big zipper component and even more, pockets and storage on the inside. It has even a spot for, my laptop at the back and cell phone, although I never use this pocket. I don't find that a good spot for my cell phone. I actually find this pocket much better, the one at the top. So it's just a really great versatile bag in a good size. So of course this is a backpack, so it goes on my back, and this is the smaller of the two travel bags. And now the larger one is this duffel bag right here. Now it's again a black Lululemon bag, and yes, you can hold it by the handles, but I tend to prefer to use it, crossbody with this large strap. This one is about 30 liters, so pretty significantly bigger than the backpack itself. It can hold a lot more. And of course, it has a ton of pockets too. It's got a pocket at the bottom for like your shoes and stuff, one on the side, a big one along the back, and some more in the middle as well. So plenty of places to store stuff while traveling. Now, a note about these two travel bags. These are like the most that I would ever need, like the most I would ever pack for travel. I think I've mentioned this before, but I've traveled for like about 3 months around Mexico, and these were the only 2 bags that I used, and it was perfectly sufficient for me. I didn't need anything more. So unless I'm literally like moving by plane to another country, these 2 bags, this like carry-on style, which is my duffel, and the personal item, which is my backpack, is more than enough for me. So this large duffel bag is the last one in the travel category, and that means we are actually done everything. We have chatted about the 8 bags that I own. Well, bags, purses, wallets, clutches, anything that's going to house stuff for me when I'm on the go. But now I need to talk about a few things that like link all this together, make this bag collection make sense, at least in my brain. So one of the biggest things for me that really helped me to condense my collections quite a bit, and this doesn't have to be applied just to bags, but I'm obviously going to use my bags as an example, is that the bags in each category need to be versatile enough to be able to be worn in their adjacent category. Okay, but bear with me, I know that was a lot. I'm gonna use an example. So let's take the dressed down category. Every single bag in the dressed down category needs to also be able to stretch to everyday and also to the travel category. So let's say I have an everyday outfit on, I'm just heading to run groceries, I don't want to wear my purse. Okay, I don't have to. I can put the belt bag on and the outfit still looks good. I still look put together. But let's say now I'm traveling and I'm packing into a backpack. but I want to take just a little bit more. Well, perfect. I can pop on this belt bag and it's perfectly sufficient for travel too. So that is the first thing that really helped me to condense my collection, is having super versatile pieces. Okay, and then the next is that everything goes together, both aesthetically and also practically. So all of these bags to me look good together, whether they be, you know, the Matte Nat bags or the Lululemon, they all exist in the same realm aesthetically. So that definitely helps to have a smaller collection, but then practically, they all need to go together. So for instance, I'm going to use my belt bag as an example again, and this wallet. This wallet is the only wallet that I have. So this needs to be able to go in, yes, the Matte Nat purse, but also every single other bag that I have. And the smallest one I would say is this, you know, Lululemon belt bag. So I quite literally measured the size of my wallet to ensure that it would fit seamlessly and perfectly in this Lululemon belt bag. There was also the 1 liter version of this, which would have never fit my wallet. So I ensured to size up to make sure that everything practically could go with each other. Okay, and next up, in both the dress down and travel categories, I kept mentioning that the bag has to go in a different spot on my body. That is very important to me because theoretically, I want to be able to use all 4 of these bags at the same time. Obviously I wouldn't do that, but I theoretically could, which means that I can put any of these bags in combination with the other and it's going to work because they're literally on a different spot in my body. So I have my belt bag on the front, my backpack on the back, my festival bag, which is crossbody to one side, and that Lululemon duffel bag crossbody to the other. It basically means that any dress down or travel situation, I can have a great combination of bags to house all the things that I need. So let's say I'm heading on a day trip and I've got my backpack full and I want to bring just a little bit more. Well, I could add in perhaps my Lululemon festival bag, which of course is worn crossbody with my backpack on the back. So my theory is, instead of having, let's say, a small backpack, a medium-sized backpack, and a large backpack, I'm just going to have one of those, a medium-sized backpack, and I would take another bag with me if I needed to expand a little bit. I hope that makes sense. It honestly sounds a little convoluted coming out of my mouth, but it's truly one of the things that has helped me condense so far in my bag collection, and I never feel the need to run out and, you know, get a new bag. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to talk about, and I've already mentioned this, but I'm just going to recap one more time, is color. So when I wear a fairly nice outfit, I tend to care about whether my bag or wallet is matching or not. The meat and potatoes of my wardrobe and my shoes are light and dark, which is why I have opted for light and dark bags. Now that consideration falls away by the time I get to the dress down category for my bags. I don't care if I'm in a dress down mode. Black is going to look good enough. And certainly when I travel, I could not care less about, you know, the color of my duffel bag. So I just tend to stick to basics, stick to black. So that has also really helped me to have a small collection, because not only am I not doubling up bags and having like light and dark in areas where it just doesn't matter for me, but I also don't have bags in like fun colors. Now that's absolutely not going to be for everyone. Maybe you want to select like 2 dressed up bags in bright neon fun colors, and that's totally great. But for me, just sticking to my neutrals, like what I know I always wear, has helped me have such a small collection. So you might be thinking, why? Why are you thinking this much about your bags? And ironically, it's actually so I don't have to think about them anymore. What I do is I put a lot of time, effort, and energy into it while I'm creating the system. And once the system is in place, I literally never think about my bags ever again. So this 8-bag system is like constantly running in the background, and I never need to take time to consider, you know, what bag I am going to take for a certain occasion. It's actually so I can think a lot less about the stuff in my life and a lot less about shopping and all the potential bags out there. Minimalism for me is about clearing the path to have the time and energy to focus on what's really important, at least in my life. And yes, it does take a little bit of time, effort, and energy to start up the system, but after that, it's running on autopilot. And honestly, the only time I go to change a system is when something, you know, major happens in my life, or there has been a massive transition and the goods and the stuff in my life needs to reflect that. But even then, it's probably just a bit of a tweak. Instead of creating something wholly new entirely, it's just a little bit of effort. So with that spiel out of the way, I hope that you enjoyed coming along while I discuss my bag collection. It was super fun. And if you happen to like this video, then feel free to give it a like. If you like me, if you like the content that I'm producing on this channel in general, then definitely consider subscribing. It would truly mean the world to me. All right, everyone. Well, just thank you so much for being here, and I really hope to catch you in my next minimalism video. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.